Hello all my crafty friends, I'm Donna from Mason Creations Etc. and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to turn a Dollar Tree frame into a work of art. I'm adding a purple and pink ombre backdrop with a beautiful golden air dry clay, ballerina, and some embellishments. And to complement all of that, I'll be throwing in some rhinestones and glitter. So if you're ready, let's make a mess. I thought the shape of this frame was so elegant. It's plastic, but it won't look that way when I'm done with it. I took it apart and removed the backing as well as the glass. I used my Dremel to cut the top corners off of my canvas so it would fit inside the frame. I'm giving my canvas a heavy coat of white gesso. This works great as a primer and allows your paint to go on a little more smoothly. I'll let that dry for about an hour. Now it's time to start the ombre background. I'm using 4 different colors: light orchid, lavender sachet, wild orchid, and a very pale pink paint that I had mixed for a special project. The more similar your colors are, the easier they will be to blend. Make sure you pick colors that are only a few shades different. I always wet my sponges and squeeze out all the water. You want your sponges damp, not wet. And I use a different sponge for each color. I'm starting off with the darkest color, Wild Orchid, at the bottom. Then I'll add the next color, Light Orchid, above it, blending the 2 colors together with a very light touch. Then I'll move on to the third color, Lavender Sachet, blending that with the second color. The final color at the top will be the very light pink, and I'll blend that with the third color. I keep blending the colors back and forth until I'm happy with the results. A couple of years ago, I did a training video on how to paint ombre. If you want to watch that video, you can click the banner in the top right corner. I asked for a vote as to what everyone would like to see on that canvas, a unicorn or a ballerina. I had quite a few votes for a unicorn, so that's what I made. I've been getting so many people ask me to make a ballerina, so I'm doing a second ombre canvas with a ballerina. Julie B. from Washington, Judy N. from Ohio, Patricia R. from Canada, Susan D. from California, Candace P. from Chicago, Lydia E. from Utah, Darlene S. from North Carolina, Anna from Los Angeles, and Denise D. Ladies, this video is for you. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know. Now for the white plastic frame. I'm going to brush on Polyvine's multi-surface lacquer. This is a great primer for any shiny surface, such as glass, plastic, or ceramic. I'm using the dead flat finish because I want to remove the shine. This will give paint or decoupage glue a great surface to adhere to. Paint won't chip, scratch, or peel. This and all the products you're going to see me use today came from decoupagenapkins.com, my wonderful sponsors. I'm sponging on Pentart's metallic paint in the color white gold. This is my new favorite metallic color. I used to mix silver and gold paint together to create a white gold, but Pentart has done all the work for me now with this color. I'm covering the entire front and sides of the frame. I'm going to add a crackle finish, and this is the color that will show through all the cracks. I'll let that dry for about an hour before moving on. Now I'm brushing on the crackle medium everywhere I put the gold paint. This particular crackle medium is designed to go between 2 colors of paint. If you'd like to see a tutorial and demonstration on several types of crackle and how to use each one of them, you can click the banner in the top right corner. I'll also leave a link in my description box below. I'm going to put Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Cotton, which is white, over top of the crackle medium. It's designed to crack that top layer of paint so the bottom layer of paint shows through all those cracks. You can actually see it cracking as you put it on. Once you put it on in an area, don't go back over that same area. It will disturb the cracking process. This will need to dry for a couple of hours to achieve all the final cracking. I'm making a ballerina using DOS air dry clay. I'll brush the mold with some cornstarch first so the clay doesn't stick to the mold. I'll remove all the excess clay and then put her in the freezer for about 20 minutes. This will make the clay pop out of the mold really easily and not break off any delicate arms and legs. I'm going to glue my canvas in the frame using a hot glue gun. And I'll glue the ballerina in the center of the ombre background using a craft glue. Since the clay is still wet, I'm unable to use my glue gun. I test all the products that I recommend in my videos. I won't recommend anything that I haven't used myself and prefer. If I'm recommending it, you can bet it's a great product. Each product will be listed in my description box below and will have a blue link to make it easy for you to find. Any of the links I provide are safe for you to click on. I made some beautiful swirls using a redesigned mold called Greco Crest. I'm going to put these around the inside of the frame where it meets the canvas. I'm gluing them down with the clay still wet so I can form them to the frame. They'll dry in place and will need to dry overnight. DecorageNapkins.com has such a great selection of napkins that you can purchase one at a time. They carry many other craft supplies such as rice paper, paint, clay, molds, and a great selection of polyvine products. Over 8,000 products and growing. They are wonderful to work with and will send your order out fast. They offer several automatic discounts when checking out. Subscribe to their newsletter by entering your email address and you'll receive 10% off your next order. They are truly your one-stop shop for craft supplies. Make sure you check them out. I'll be leaving links for all the products I use in my description box below. Oh my gosh, my hands are just a mess. If you guys knew how much I hate getting my hands dirty, you'd just be laughing at me right now. I'm going to paint the ballerina and all those beautiful swirls with the white gold paint. Pentart metallic paints are so awesome. I will only have to put one coat of paint on this because they have such great coverage. Most metallic paints require 2 or 3 coats. These are the best metallics I've ever used. Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. It's fun to see what cities and countries you are all watching from. I'm filming from Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States. I'm going to be doing some antiquing, so I need to have a glossy finish on this piece. I'm using Polyvine Heavy Duty Wood Varnish. I'm using this now, and I'll be using it again for my final finish as well. This is one of my favorite Polyvine formulas. Don't let the name fool you, it's good for all surfaces. It's water, heat, and UV resistant, as well as food safe. I let the varnish dry for an hour, and now I'm ready to antique this. I'm using Pentart Antique Paste in the color Ombre. I'm going to brush it all over and especially making sure to get it in all the little nooks and crannies. I'll wipe it off with a dry, soft cloth. It will wipe off the surface only and stay in all the little nooks and crannies. This gives everything a great 3D look, as well as some shadowing and depth. It will make your piece look less flat. I'm making sure to get it in between the canvas and my gold clay pieces. Because I gave it a coat of gloss before antiquing, I'm able to wipe the antiquing off the surface. If you don't do that, the antique will grab onto the paint and you won't be able to wipe off any of it. I'll let this dry for about an hour before moving on to the next step. I'm going to have some great projects coming up. I'll be doing some mixed media, air dry clay, decoupage, and of course more Christmas projects. You'll want to subscribe so you don't miss any of them. I removed some flowers from this rice paper, and I'm going to fussy cut them so I don't have any white edges at all on my canvas. I'm using the heavy-duty wood varnish as my decoupage glue today to add these beautiful flowers to my canvas. Any of the polyvine varnishes can double as a decoupage adhesive. It's not a glue, it's a varnish, so you'll get much better results. It's not thick and lumpy under your napkin or rice paper and won't cause bubbles or wrinkles. If you're enjoying this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And why not share this with a friend? Thanks for doing that. If you'd like to be notified anytime I upload a new video, click the bell. I gave the entire piece another coat of the heavy-duty wood varnish and let it dry for about an hour. These little beauties are called diamond dots. They are so much fun. They're used for diamond paintings, but I'm going to use them in a whole different way. One of them is kind of a gold rhinestone with silver on the back, and the other one is a clear rhinestone with silver on the back. I'm putting down some of the heavy-duty wood varnish a little thick around the edges of the canvas, and then I'll sprinkle a little bit of each one. I'm putting them a little thicker in the bottom corners. I love doing this technique on my fancier projects. It just adds so much. And you guys all know that I love my bling. And guess what's missing? Glitter! I'm using a fan brush to add a thin coat of the varnish by the diamond dots. I'm using another dry fan brush to add the glitter. This is a mixture of gold and silver glitter, which gives you the white gold color that I've been doing on this entire project. I dipped the brush in the glitter and tapped it. This just sprinkled the glitter around, and it looks perfect. Don't forget, all of the wonderful products I'm using today can be found at my favorite place for craft supplies, decoupagenapkins.com, and I'll leave you links in my description box below. I put together a playlist of some other tutorials you may enjoy. Click the picture on the right to be taken directly to that playlist. I'm so happy you were here with me today, and thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you all next week. I'm working on a new project with you in mind. You can subscribe by clicking my picture in the top right corner.